And I was listening to Martin speaking there about technology. Like, imagine where we would be this time last year if that technology was there on the 14th of March, and it could be given to every single workplace, work environment. How we'd be able to control a pandemic so quickly. And those are the things we've learned now, because I think as a society, we'd be very naive to think that a pandemic won't come again. It might be the first time in our generation it's happened, but it certainly won't be the last. And that's the concern as a government we have. Can we be prepared better? Even though we were perceived to be relatively good throughout the world, but can we be better the next time this happens? Acknowledge social distancing will be here for quite some time. It'll certainly run into 2022, possibly beyond. The challenge we have, possibly beyond into 2023. The challenge we have as a government is variants, and we don't know where we'll be in a number of months. There's been a concern of the British variant, the South African variant, now the Indian variant, and they all come with different challenges. And we've got so used to social distancing now, and it's almost second nature to us in a work environment, that I think certainly from a government perspective, we'll be encouraging people still at the moment to work from home, but a kind of an easing back in over the next number of months as the vaccinations increase over the summer months. I think we'll see an easing back into the workplace, but a cautious approach, and the cautious approach will be mindful of social distancing. I don't think that's going to. I think if the last thing that will leave this pandemic is social distancing.
Yeah, I think there was a.
Just before I go on to that, just to follow on from what Avril said, just in terms of if like from using a digital system to a paper system, anyone who's used a digital system that I've spoken to from a lot of companies I've spoken to, there's just no comparison. You'd never go back to a paper system, and the threat of or the possibility of creating clusters and close contacts and the cost effect that would have on a business, the knock-on effect that would have outweighs hugely the difference between going from digital to paper. So I think most companies see the logic in it and the advanced advantages to it. I think certainly government are cautious, and the advice we get from NPHET would be extremely cautious in terms of bringing large number of people back to a working environment. But if you have companies like your own, like Martin, like Avril, where there's where you're ahead of the game in terms of contact tracing, in terms of managing your employees in a safe environment, that's a different level of safety than other companies would have. So I think those things should be taken into account.